Well, our idea is that we want to put thousands, hundreds of thousands ultimately of books into kids' hands all throughout the developing world using e-readers. And you know, the idea really occurred to us when I was talking to a co-founder, our co-founder, Colin McKelwey. I had been with my family at a girls' orphanage in Ecuador. And we looked over at the end of the day at a small building and said, well, what's that? And the building sort of was a dusty building, and that you could see some books through the windows. And they said, well, that used to be our library, but now there's a huge padlock across it. And we said, well, can we take a look? And they said, honestly, we've lost the key to it. What had happened is the girls in that orphanage had lost interest in reading because they didn't have access to the books they wanted. And you realize all of a sudden now we have this device, an electronic reader that's portable and easy to use, easy to recharge, and you can get a book in 60 seconds anywhere in the world. And that was really the origin of Worldreader.org.
But our kids who don't have books, can't afford books, are they going to be able to deal with the hardware, the fact that they've got to have internet access, and you got to buy books to put on this reader? Tell me how you get around all of these fixed costs, because we're still, I mean, look, prices of these e-readers have come down so dramatically in the last couple of years, but they're still out of the reach of lots of people.
Right. It's a great point. I mean, the amazing thing is that, as you say, the prices are coming down so fast. This used to be a $200 product, and now we're down to, a $400 product. Now it's less than $200, and I think in 18 months it'll be less than $100. And so those prices are coming down very fast. And then when you think about things like internet connectivity, the e-readers use the cell phone network, and the cell phone network really has paved the way for all sorts of power and infrastructure that just didn't exist 5 years ago or so. So many of the costs are coming down very, very quickly, but at the same time, the social good of reading, being able to get any book you're interested in, not just maybe the 5 or 10 that are on your shelf, but anything you can think of, is pretty extraordinary.
But how do you alleviate the costs right now, though?
Right now, we're raising money to subsidize the cost. So today, in fact, this is something that we're just put up on our website over the last couple of days, the ability for people to make donations.
Right.
Of course, we're financing this privately ourselves, with our own credit cards, Colin's and my work, along with the volunteer work of a lot of people. But yeah, in the short term, it's donation funded. In the long term, though, we think there's a whole economy and a whole marketplace for these as the prices keep coming down. And as governments realize how valuable it is to have an educated population.